afternoon, this is Jeff at Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 15100 Southwest Crown Drive, unit number 4 here in King City, gaining access to the sewer line through a 4-inch cast iron vent. It's about 1 or 2 units over, or the unit closest to the covered parking area, kind of at the back of the property. And we're checking the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water is running in our unit in particular. The other units we don't have any control over. So we're going to zero out here at the base of the vent. Alright, so these are shared sewer lines. All the units are tied together. And from the looks of it, you've got basically one big central main trunk line that runs down the middle of the building, and every unit ties into it. So what we're going to try and do first and foremost here is get the line, or get the camera underneath the unit number 4 as best we can. These can be kind of tricky. As long as it runs in a straight shot, I think we should be in pretty good shape here. It's the twists and the turns that can sometimes get you on these things and stop you up before you want it. So this hard dive in particular here, these back-to-back 90-degree turns, especially not having water running through this unit in particular, can be kind of tricky. With the amount of resistance I'm meeting right now, the best we're going to be able to do here is try and get underneath the unit. In fact, my camera is just about ready to come to a stop right now. There's a lot of turns in here. Or not a lot of turns, but that one set of turns we went through is a beast. I'm going to go locate here in just a moment. Alright, we're stopping up there. We're going to go locate. Alrighty, so I just did a bunch of locating there, and these are very tricky notoriously because your camera is often in a place that you can't actually get into, i.e. being another person's unit. Where I'm picking up the locate signal right now, I'm out front to the right of the front door, and I'm picking up a signal right about where this unit meets up with the unit adjacent to it. And I also paste that off from about the next roof line over to this point, about 60 feet. So we made it beyond that point there. And I've also looked in the crawl space and seen how this thing turns. So this is coinciding with that. Look like we're stopping up right about where we're meeting up with the other unit adjacent. I've also turned the water off here. We basically have no water flow anymore, so all those things are cluing in. So we made it within the footprint of the home based on those locates here. So we're gonna go ahead and pull back out here. I turned all the water off. You're gonna see a little bit of water breaking loose and draining. We have other units tying in here. This line got a little bit of free drain cleaning too while I was at it. Knocked a bunch of junk loose that was kind of hanging up there. Not in your unit in particular, but in the neighbors. And this cast iron's held up nicely. There's no rust scale in it. Almost no standing water to speak of, and the only places where I'm seeing any standing water, there's also a little bit of debris sitting in front of it, creating a natural dam, which is normal to see, especially on a line this length. Nothing gets from point A to point B in one shot. It all takes a conjunction of water flow. Very, very pleased to see how this cast iron's held up here. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and reel the camera on out of the sewer line here. We have good flow, and again, you can see how we have some toilet paper. This is back under the neighbor's unit. This is not your unit. And all that standing wire there is due to just the way they're balling their toilet paper up. More importantly, the stuff that's in and around your unit has good flow. All the cast iron there is in good shape, as far as the main line goes anyhow. The sewer line is functioning properly all the way out to at least 70 feet. I don't see any obvious indicators whatsoever of any flow issues ahead based upon the fact there's no buildup in that part of the line. If an area down line from you is causing recurring problems, it's usually very obvious. You're going to have buildup all over the place. After 13 years and almost 25,000 sewer scopes now, you get a very good feel for how those things, there's a certain, you know, when I'm about to get to a problem up ahead, there is almost always going to be a bunch of buildup in the line that precedes it. So everything's clean and clear up where we stopped there. And the plus side is here, this should be a shared scenario. In the event there is a problem, I would just check with the HOA on how they divvy up responsibility. They're all a little bit different, but typically any piping that is shared falls into an HOA responsibility. Sometimes it's, you know, you're responsible for the pipe within your footprint, but anything in your footprint of your home is also, looks like it's going to be shared line as well. So